I decided just at the last minute I was going to test this fabric paint out on this back seat. I covered it up already. I don't know if you could tell, but there was a big stain right in the middle of this back seat, and it is darker than the factory finish, but that's okay. I think tomorrow, because it's getting pretty late, I'm going to take the seat out and give it a spray, at least the back panel, and it'll look all even and uniform. Because right now this, I mean, it's going on really nice. That's what this is made for. It's vinyl and you know, vinyl, leather, plastic paint. It's the same stuff I used on the steering column. So I'm not really crazy about this light gray color, and I'm also thinking about when I take the top off to redo it for the summer, I'm going to also probably spray these. Thinking about spraying those black, and maybe the seats I'll do black, but for right now, since I have this, I'm going to spray the back of this seat dark gray color, and it should look a lot better. So just did kind of a temporary just a test pattern right now, just to see how it looks, and I think I like it. So I'll do at least the back, and there's nothing really wrong with the top and the front. It's just maybe a little sun faded, but I can live with it. I don't know, we'll see. I'll give it a try and see if I like it. You can also see how the back of this seat turned out. I think it turned out great. Right here where this line is, it was all black. It was like a rust mark on there. Something must have been resting on there that was all rusty for a long time. But anyway, this looks great. Very happy with that. And actually, it also does a really good job coloring the carpet. There were some rust stains in this carpet, and I didn't really put a lot on here because I wanted to make sure I was going to have enough to do the dash first. But now that I see how much I have left, I might just spray the whole entire back of this carpet, and possibly some of the front seat belts that are pretty faded. These are all right. So it's looking better every day. It's time to paint this. I'm going to tell you right now, this was a pain in the ass to tape off because the factory one is two-tone, and this came just black. This is the aftermarket version, which seems to fit pretty well. It's actually made better than the factory version. So what is taped off is going to remain black, and this part is going to be the gray to match. And I have a feeling I'm going to have to end up repainting the entire dash, all the lower pieces, because this is going to be a slightly different color gray, but that's okay because they need to be painted anyway. So got this all taped off. I'm going to put some adhesion promoter on the raw plastic, and I'll give it a shot. Alright, so this thing's all painted, letting it dry. Looks pretty good. I don't know how it's going to look against the existing glove box and dash gauge pod on the above the steering wheel, but that's okay. I'll paint that stuff too. I think this looks good. So I'll just have to drill another hole for the alarm LED. I'll let this dry, of course, and that should clean out that part of the dash very well. Stay tuned. Here's the old side versus the new side. So you can see on this one, this corner bracket is broken off. It goes around the radio. Wasn't really too much of a big deal, but it bothered me, so that's reason enough to replace this. This one's all done. I need to transfer the alarm LED, drill it into here. So you can see it is a little bit different in color, but that's okay because I've already painted the glove box that goes on that side. It needed to be painted anyway, and I'll paint, not today, but the gauge cluster that goes on this side. So this is just, it's really dirty, and it's kind of scratched, and this is new and perfect, and I'm really happy with the way this came out. Taping off those black parts of the gauge cluster there down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this out, pop it into this one, and it'll be ready to put back on. Alright, this project's done. Got it in. You can see there's a nice surround around the radio. It's not missing on the right lower side anymore. I'm not happy with the fitment up here. It's the same over here. It needs to come out a little bit, but that's no big deal. I'm just going to shim it with a few washers. And it should be fine because the rest of it matches up well enough. And then you can see the color difference between these two, but again, no big deal because I'm gonna, another day I'll take this off, tape it off and paint it, and this will all be fresh and even looking. And the stereo fits inside there, which I like, just like the factory. Didn't have to cut it, and that's the whole reason I didn't buy one of these things used on eBay, is because they're all cut around there, and that I wanted something that was nice, and I don't know, little details like that make the difference for me. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you consider subscribing, leaving some comments. Anyway, that's it for today. We'll catch you on the flip side.